everyone, and thank you for tuning into the Black Dog Radio and the Teens View very first broadcast. I am James Warner.
And I'm James, co-host Nico Taylor. Today we'll be discussing divorce, gossip, abortion. And when your friend has a boyfriend, James will be handling most of the serious stuff. And I will be talking about the school-related topics.
Okay, so let's get started. Me and Nico posted a few posts on various websites on people's experiences with divorce or their comments.
We get some interesting feedback. It's as if half of the people approve of their parents' divorces, and the other half said it was a hard time.
I guess it's just who the family was. Here's some of the feedback we got. We won't mention the names for privacy reasons.
One woman says,
I was only 5. I don't remember much of it and I never had a problem. I never saw my dad and I never missed him. It depends on how you see the situation.
Well, another woman states,
It was an ugly divorce. The battles between my family and our dad's new family raged on 4 years, which was very distressing for us kids.
there's really a large mix. One person says that they wish their parents got a divorce earlier, while another says she was heartbroken at the news.
take a look on what the Bible says about divorce. Matthew 5:31 says, It has been said anyone who divorces his wife must give her a certificate of divorce. But I tell you that anyone who divorces his, except for marital unfaithfulness, causes her to become an adulteress, and anyone who marries a divorced woman has committed adultery.
And Malachi chapter 2 verse 16 says that the Lord hates divorce. Also, I'll give you one more Bible verse. Mark chapter 10 verse 2 to 7 says, Some Pharisees came and tested him by asking, Is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife? What did Moses command you? He replied. They said, Moses permitted a man to write a certificate of divorce and send her away. It was because your hearts were hard that Moses wrote you this law. Jesus replied, But at the beginning of the creation, God made them male and female. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united with his wife.
Okay, so many of you may ask, what if the husband is abusive?
Okay. If you want an answer from the world, 100% you hear that the woman should divorce. But if you want to hear an answer from the Christians, we say that since God is against divorce and He also hates violence, that the woman should move out, inform authorities, and stay away from her husband, but not divorce.
If you were to say this to someone in that situation, they most likely say that it wasn't their fault, that their husband turned out that way. Most likely in the beginning, he was her dream man. We don't really know what to say that because, well, we're just teenagers. Okay, so the next topic we will discuss tonight will be abortion.
Abortion is a big, big topic. Even though right now, it might seem as though it isn't as big as Jamie Lynn Spears or the presidential candidate. We had to do a ton of research on this topic to be well prepared for this. Because, well, that's why it takes us so long to get show going because we want to know our topics from the inside out.
We will be right back for the next topic.
Stay tuned, like your page!
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, what's up, guys? How's it going? This is James Warner.
Hi everybody, Nico here. Hey, guess what? It's my turn to do a topic today.
So what it will be, Nico?
Today, I'm going to be talking about gossiping. And don't stop listening because you think you don't need to hear this. I'm pretty sure all of us have been guilty of this one.
But just in case you're innocent, I apologize to anyone who hasn't out there, Nico. Apologize.
I'm sorry. Anyway, this is something that everybody at least hears at school. I'm not out to try and stop gossip because I happen to know that that's impossible. I just wanted to share some stories about gossip and how it affects people. I've even got a story of my own.
Yeah, guys, you know that rhyme? Stick and stones may break my bones, and all that. It is not true words can hurt people, and they do every day.
I like to read off some answers I got when I asked people about gossip. One girl said,
Gossip is fun and exciting when you first hear or do it. But once it hits you, it hurts you and loses you everything that mattered most. It's not easy to avoid it, but the more you try, the less problems you will have.
another answer I got was,
Some people manage to act like it doesn't bother them, but most people find it upsetting. In the last year, there's been rumors spread that certain people are lesbians, that others have mental problems, and that my best friend has been sleeping around. The worst part is that everyone believes it, even though 9 times out of 10 it's not true.
Still think gossip is harmless? Well, here's another answer we got.
I live in a town when gossiping is everything to people. Personally, I think that gossiping is really bad, and I always think, and I never find a reason why do people gossip in the first place. There was a period of my life when gossiping turned my days into nightmares, and it had really bad effects, cause people would usually talk things that weren't even close to the truth. I think the best thing to do is to live your own life without talking and messing into another people's personal lives.
gossip hurts people, it does have consequences. I guess it's my turn to share. I don't like to talk about people, but sometimes when you're with your friends, it doesn't seem like you're doing anything wrong. One day, I was sitting in the class, so bored. I started talking to my friend, and for privacy purposes, I'm going to call her Sarah. Sarah and I started talking, and we got on the subject of our friend. Let's call him Joe. We started talking about him, and few of the things we said weren't very nice. Not all of it was mean, but I passed on some information about him. I had gotten from a girl I knew in my English class. After class was over, we went to a lunch, and somehow I opened my big mouth and let Joe know we had been talking about him. I know, stupid, right? I asked him about something someone had told me about him. Now, regardless of whether our gossip was true, during lunch, he said to me and Logan, most people get annoyed when you talk about them behind their back. And then he said something like, I'm one of those people. I immediately felt so stupid and no, I shouldn't have talked about my friends like that. Even though he hadn't heard most of what we said. I apologized over and over and he didn't bring it up again. I just hope it didn't hurt him too bad and that he realized I just made a mistake. I never want to be the person who is nice to their friends in person but trashes them behind their back. I want my friends to be able to trust me no matter what I may know or think I know about them.
If you talk about people with your friends, there's a chance they're talking about you with other people too. Let your friends know they can trust you.
The gossip can start with them. I just make sure it ends with you.
Well, Nico, I guess that's a wrap.
Yep, James. So to all our listeners out there,
No matter how few you are there.
be a good friend. Talk to you later, guys.
This has been a Teens View with yours truly, James Warner.
And Nico Taylor. Bye!